ઓકે, અરુણાબેન.
જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ. દાદા ભગવાનના અસીમ જય જયકાર હો.
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 દાદા ભગવાનના અસીમ જય જયકાર. જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ. થેન્ક યુ અરુણાબેન.
જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ. જય
જય સત્સંગ
સચ્ચિદાનંદ.
દીપકાનંદજી.
Jai
Vijay,
Sachidanand.
Vijay, can you do three mantra, please?
નમો વિતરાગાય
નમો વિતરાગાય.
નમો અરિહંતાણમ
નમો અરિહંતાણમ.
નમો સિદ્ધાણમ
નમો સિદ્ધાણમ.
નમો આયરિયાણમ
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo Vajjayanam.
Namo Vajjayanam.
Namo Loe Sawa Sahunam.
Namo Loe Saba Sahunam.
Eso Panchana Mukkaro.
Eso Panchana Mukkaro.
Sauvabhavapanasano.
Savvapa Vappanasano.
Manglanam cha Sauvesem.
Manglanam cha Savvesin.
Paramam Havai Mangalam.
Paramam Havai Mangalam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand Mahatma. Anybody want to share their experience? Okay, Miraben?
Excuse me, 1 second.
Okay.
Jai Satchidanand Pulinanandji Deepakanandji Mahatmas. Jai Satchidanand.
Jai
Jai
Satchidanand.
And it's been
Satchidanand.
a long time since I've come to Satsang. Oh, and Auntie's here too. Good. And Auntie's here and Jai Satchidanand. So I just wanted to say thank you so much. These past 2 weeks, I have been traveling for work, so it's been a little hectic. But I wanted to share my experiences in that and how it was quite exciting that how Vyavasthit works sometimes. So I just wanted to share. So on my way back from this place, I had to come internationally. So on my way back, I was sitting in a seat with there's 4 seats in the middle of the flight. In the 4 seats in the middle of the flight, both sides, I was in the middle. So both sides, there's people and are there echoes in the background? Not from me, Auntie.
Yeah,
Do you want?
Can you hear the echo?
I also don't hear any echo.
No, I don't get it, Lalitaben.
Do you hear it, Auntie?
I'm hearing echoes. It's like, it's like voiceover. It's coming on each. I don't know if anybody else is getting. Okay. Okay, let me just turn my audio and reset it. Thank you. Meera, go ahead. Sorry, Jai Satchidanand.
No, Jai Satchidanand, Auntie, no problem. So I wanted to say, so as I sat in the middle, number one, it was a very tight, full flight. Number two, I was praying that whatever happens in this flight, please let me not lose my cool. Please let me see everyone as nirdosh. Please, Bhagwan, let me sit on this flight without any problem, because it was a very packed flight. Truth be told, there was one crying baby who sat in the front. Then the 4 people that were sitting in between in my seat, each time they'd each get up. Believe it or not, this has never happened. Each time they would get up, the seat belt, the metal part of the seat belt, would come and hit either knee, both sides. Each time they would get up, it would hit my knee, and I would be like, what is happening? So I kept praying, I kept praying to Dada, like, Dada, please, this is Vyavasthit, this is Meera's Vyavasthit. Meera is here you have to see everyone as nirdosh, you have to see everyone as Shuddhatma. And on top of that, each time that baby would cry. So for 10 hours, I kid you not, I was completely only praying to Dada. And I will tell you, it was such a fabulous experience from that perspective. Each time the water bottles, they would give these water bottles that are so small. And I'm telling you, because this was such a different experience for me. They give these half-liter water bottles that people would put in the front of the thing. They would put it in the front of
In the seat.
and that water bottle would constantly keep falling. Each time it fell, that baby would cry. So each time there'd be some silence and tongue, that water bottle would fall, that baby would cry. These people would get up, I would get hit on the knee. All these things would happen. And each time I prayed and prayed to Dada, like, Dada, please, whatever happens, let me, this is Vyavasthit, this is Mira's Vyavasthit, but let me only see people as Nirdosh. 10 hours, I kid you not, it was a wonderful experience. I mean, I just wanted to say, Jai Sachidanand, thank you.
Very good experience, Pulinanandji.
Yeah, it's a very good experience. Yeah. Am I audible? No?
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes.
So it's a wonderful Purusharth, I would say. A good experience and a wonderful Purusharth, which delighted you at the end of 10 hours.
Yes.
That you are you were in constant touch with Dada Bhagwan, praying to Dada Bhagwan. It's a very, very good Purusharth to not, not get engrossed in your intellect. Because intellect would show many things,
Yes.
They are not, they are like this, they are like that, they don't understand, they don't have courtesy for co-passengers, etc.
Yes.
So you do not allow the intellect to pop up at all.
Yes.
You don't allow the intellect to pop up at all, and you remained in Agnas, if I may say so. That Dada, let me not see anybody do shit, it is Mira's this thing and things like that.
Yes.
So from that perspective, and to hold on for 10 hours is a very big challenge. 1 or 2 hours, the intellect will keep quiet. After that, it will react. It might blow up also.
But even that, Pulinanandji, the interesting part was, even when this body was definitely angry, like tongue, each time I'd sleep, it would hurt my knees. And I've never had this happen before. But each time I would have to pull back and say, Mira, it's okay. This is Vyavasthit. You have to deal with this. This is not, you should not get angry at these people, nor that baby that was crying in the front, because that was but it was at the end of all of this, when I came out of the airport and then the baggage was delayed, but the sense of peace was amazing. But it's difficult for you and for Deepakanandji and for Pulina, for all the Aptaputras. It must be so easy, but I'm telling you, this was an experience for me. Thank you.
It's not easy, even for us also. Me, if I may say so, it's not easy. But it demands Purusharth, which you have done very well.
Thank you.
So that's it's a very nice thing. It's a very nice thing. Basically, it is putting third Agna into practice. Then you said you spoke to Mira. That Mira, take it easy.
Yes.
Take it cool. This is your Vyavasthit. So this shows that you are separate from Mira. When you talk to Mira, file number 1, that means you are anchored in the soul. You are anchored in the pure soul of Shuddhatma, and you are talking to file number 1. So this was a classic example of remaining separate, then talking to file number 1 so that the intellect doesn't blow up. And in the whole process, what you have not mentioned is, but which you did very well, was that you did a lot of tap. Now this is tap, where you endure the discomfort. Endure the discomfort of the bottle falling, endure the discomfort of the belt hitting your knees, and endure the discomfort of a disrupted sleep.
Yes.
The sleep was disrupted.
Yes.
So it is a top of all the 3 categories, which you very well did, and did not allow the mind to, once the intellect pops in, they are like this, they are like that, then the mind will start giving those thoughts more and more, they don't understand this, that. So there'll be a struggle between the mind and then Mira, you telling Mira, oh, don't do this, don't do that. So that whole conflict was avoided because you snubbed the intellect in the bid, in the bud. The intellect did not allow the intellect to pop up, did not allow them to see as faulty at all. So the mind also did not get agitated, thoughts did not come, and you remained separate from file number 1 from Meera. Now that tub that you endured and you remained separate, that was the aha feeling which you got after you left the aircraft and came to
Yes,
the...
only after. Correct.
Yes, yeah. So I understand that. So basically, after you left the aircraft and was waiting for your luggage, you got that sense of relief, sense of aha. That you were, the sense of aha was you succeeded in your Purusharth. You succeeded in not seeing others at faulty.
Yeah.
And the other aha was that this is end of the cup, end of that noise, the racket, and all that.
Yes.
So these two things were the things that gave you the aha feeling. And because of that aha and a delight, the inner delight of Purusharth, successful Purusharth, helped you that although your luggage was delayed in arriving, you still were cool and calm because you, having endured such a big noisy thing inside, this was nothing.
Yes.
And the aha feeling, feeling was you are in Jagrati and you are at inner bliss. So it's a chalo, let's wait. Having seen Vyavasthit for 10 hours, then seeing Vyavasthit for another half an hour or 20 minutes or whatever that took was nothing. Was nothing.
Yes.
So this is just to summarize your whole experience from the Gnan or Agna point of view, and it's very good. What you have done is perfect. It's good, but people who do not have the capacity to endure so much, after some time it will go beyond level of tolerance, and one may be motivated to speak to the co-passenger, the person responsible for the baby, whichever parent or something. And you feel like talking to them or telling them about the discomfort that is happening to you. That is also possible. You can one could use the fourth agna. Either the file has come up, let me do Sambhava Nikal, pray to the, if required, pray to the Shuddhatma of the parent of the baby, that may I get the strength to talk in a polite manner or a manner suitable to the other person, convenient to the other person. Let me speak in a manner which is convenient to the other person. And then one could politely tell, by see, this is happening, this belt is hitting my knee, so can you please be careful? Because the idea of first saying, praying that give me the strength, the file of Sambhava Nikal, file, squaring up the file, that there is a filter. If you do not put this filter and straight away talk to the parent, then what will happen? It will go with the agitation in mind. They don't understand what the pain they are causing me. With that frame of mind, if you immediately give a response, rather if you immediately react, then it will hurt the other's ego and then you will feel bad. But here you are not reacting but responding by first putting the filter of Agna, that may I get a strength to speak in a manner convenient to the other person. And then you speak up. And then what will happen? A smooth speech will flow where you will put across the pain that you are suffering and without hurting the ego of the person. So that the person is aware of what's happening. He or she may be able to take a corrective action, may not be able to take a corrective, because you can't control babies. I mean, that's the way it is. So, but at least it won't have pent up emotions inside us, they don't understand. You feel like telling them, you have told it, so you have done your part, the ego will feel satisfied. Then whatever happens is our hisab, depending on what is our hisab, either corrective action may take place, in the sense they may be more careful when they are removing their belts or unlocking their belts. They will be more careful so that it doesn't snap and hit your knee. They could perhaps. That depends on our Vyavasthit again. And perhaps they could not do it also. So, but at least the satisfaction file number one's ego will have is, I have said, I've conveyed my discomfort, I've spoken, So that won't pent up, it won't get built up inside. That's the point. Although you have done good job, I'm not saying what you have done. It is in fact very, very good. The Purusharth to endure is very, very good. I'm just giving us one lower solution also for the benefit of all.
Yes.
That this also is an option of using the fourth agna, and then politely telling the co-passenger that please see to it that at least the belt doesn't hurt me. Baby, you can't do much. Little be careful, and then just leave it at that.
Pulinanandji, actually, when the belt hit me, I did scream, ouch. So I think they understood that portion without me actually having to talk to them. But I tried very hard not to yell at them because I didn't want to say that. But I did scream each time. It's not scream, but I started a little bit when it came on my...
And that is perfect. That is perfect. You have indirectly communicated your discomfort.
Yes. So, but
Not
many
directly
times,
on the face, but their reaction was they
Yeah.
conveyed to them that, okay, this is causing discomfort to the co-passenger.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's nice. That's nice.
But so many years of my life, this has never happened. That's why I'm saying this is just that time with all of these passengers. This is the thing. Yes. This is Vyavasthit.
To that, I may say so. I may say so. It has not happened. That is fine. Tragedies occur only once in a while. They don't occur every day.
Yes, true.
So maybe this is a Bogota. This is a type of suffering which we had to endure because of some karma. Like some karma may be something in the past of this birth, past of the previous birth, whatever. So maybe, if I may say so, a little aggressive suffering has come to the fore, in the forefront, and given you that suffering and has gone away. We don't get malaria every day, so first time I got malaria like that.
Yes.
So it was a type of suffering which came, and because of your satsangs and whatever, your jagrati was there, and a wonderful Purusharth. 10 hours non-stop of Purusharth is excellent.
And that also is Vyavasthit. That's also Vyavasthit.
And now what will happen is, no, your Purusharth is not part of Vyavasthit. Your Purusharth is separate from Vyavasthit.
Man, Vachan,
Kaya. No. Purusharth is the mind, body, speech. File number 1 is in the hands of Vyavasthit. That you getting such a flight, that you getting such a co-passenger, that you getting a baby who's crying, that is part of Vyavasthit. But to merge into the Vyavasthit, or that to become tanmayak or engrossed in the feelings of antaskaran, or not to get engrossed and to remain separate, is the Purusharth.
Okay.
Is the Purusharth which is not part of Vyavasthit.
Okay.
Because we are enlightened Mahatmas, that is, we have got the self-realization. So that I has become separate from Mira, First was I am Mira. Now, in case a person has not got this Gna, in that case, he would feel that I am the name bearer and this is hurting me. And if that is the case, then it will get engrossed with the reactions of the body. But in our case, that I has come out, it is now separate as pure soul in Antaratma, the intermediate state. So now whatever that I does, that is Purusharth. That is not part of Vyavasthit. Man, Vachan, Kaya is part of Vyavasthit. So for an Agnani, for an ignorant person, that I is also part of Vyavasthit. But since we have this I as separated from the body, so this I is now become, it's called Purush in Dada's terminology. So now this Purush is doing the Purusharth.
Okay.
So this is not part of Vyavasthit.
So this is even more exciting. Thank you. Jai
This is not part of Vyavasthit, number 1. Number 2, what will happen is, this Purusharth of yours, this experience of yours, wonderful, you have done a great job, 10 hours, will now help you in future, that whenever you face such a discomforting situation or something similar, this Purusharth will pop up. The capacity to do Purusharth or endure the suffering will automatically come into play, and again you will do it with more ease and more relaxed. Chalo, file has come, or maybe chalo, Vyavasthit is like this. Come on, Mira, take it easy and square up the account, square off the suffering, like you had squared off. So second time, this awareness, this Jagrati will come immediately, and you will be able to do Purusharth, and you will be able to do Tap more easily. You will not require more convincing to the mind, more convincing to the intellect. Because you have done it in the past and you know that this works, and you had an aha feeling. You enjoyed the Purusharth. The delight was you squared off one demerit karma. One pap karma got squared off. One suffering got squared off.
Mm.
That's the delight.
Yes.
That one debt is gone, one
Yes.
karmic debt has gone.
Yes.
So next time when another debt comes, oh, never mind, one has gone, this will also go away. Take it
Okay.
easy.
Okay. Okay. I'll
And
do that.
then, so the second time such a thing happens, the Purusharth will be more easier, the awareness will pop up more instantly, and you'll get rid of more easily.
Mm.
It will give more good feeling.
Mm.
And the result is this will such Purusharths have a multiplier effect. Multiplier effect in the sense, the third time this will happen, it will cut karke will happen. Fourth, fifth, then finally it will get engraved into us.
Oh, good.
It will get engraved into us, and then this awareness just remains. Anytime such happens, fat karke the awareness comes. That separation remains. The intellect is subdued. Now,
That is
this
what we
is
want.
our spiritual. This is our spiritual journey.
Yes.
Of increasing separateness from the file number one, enhancing the awareness in the moment, instantaneously when the event occurs. Whenever the event occurs, the awareness comes in. Oh, this is Vyavasthit. And this leads to a state where the awareness keeps popping up immediately in future. So this is the spiritual journey all Mahatmas are going through as we practice tap. It has a multiplier effect. One Purusharth leads to capacity to do Purusharth twice. Two Purusharths gives the capacity to do Purusharth 4 times. Tap gunakarti vade. The tap multiplies, by multiplication. One tap will give strength to do tap twice. 2 taps will give strength to do 4 times. 4 will give 16, like that. And the other said, I am in this state of constant tap, that by this process only, my tap has multiplied. Now I have enough energy to do tap anytime,
Okay.
So
Good.
the biggest thing is that tap multiplies with multiplier effect. That is what a good revelation Dada Bhagwan has said, So your experience is good. It's good that everybody is aware of such a possibility and how it can be sustained, and it becomes automatically the more and more tough, easy.
Okay. Okay.
So that is the greatest learning, or if I may put, this is the piece of information or experience Dada Bhagwan has shared on tap, Gnan Darshan, Charitra, and tap, that part.
Gnan Darshan Charitra. Yes. Yes. So I'm looking forward to more.
And one other thing that the Bhagwan has said is that more the tap takes place, more the charitra is opening. Charitra means to observe. Charitra means to be in the observer status. To know and see. To know and see. Know and see, file number 1. Know and see the intellect, know and see. So in your case, you are knowing and seeing the body, the knee is having the physical suffering. You are knowing and seeing your intellect doesn't pop up. You are knowing and seeing, Meera, don't do this. So you are talking to discharge ego of Meera. You are knower and seer of file number 1 in general, the body and the antaskar. So because you did tap, you could be a knower and seer. If this stuff were not done, if this, for example, if the tap were not done, you would be engrossed with the mind body and you would have perhaps reacted also. Hey, what you're doing? So the charitra part, knower and observer would not be there. The observer status would not have been there. But the observer status is there because you did tap. So Dada Bhagwan says, charitra opens up. That is Atma Charitra. Atma Charitra means to be an observer, knower and seer. So Atma Charitra opens up with tap. Tap is a very good aid to open up Atma Charitra.
Okay.
So if you want to increase the observer status, so whenever tap comes, not that you have to go and invite tap, but whenever tap comes, accept it, then the knower and seer part increases. Gnan Darshan we have got, the Charitra part increases, so that increases our awareness of separateness. And that's our spiritual journey towards Keval Gnan.
Deepakanandji?
Jai Satchidanand. Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand. Meera, imagine you were traveling with your family. And on both sides, your family people were there. One side your husband was there, and other side your child was there. and the same thing they caused you, what would have been your reaction?
I would still have yelped, but I probably would have yelled at my husband or my child, probably, if I was not in yeah.
If there is a different story, until now, all your life, how much have you endured their discomfort, their agony, what you have told them they never understood, and all those things? You say, oh, that's part of our life and my family. You understand? So anything when it comes from your family members, your near ones and dear ones, we are able to, you don't even endure. Endure is like you are bearing something. You don't even bear. It's part of the life. It's fine. It's like, at times, suppose, let's say that you were asleep and your husband, removed his seatbelt and it hurt you. Oh dear, please take care. You won't even open your eyes. You understand? There are so many things which you have taken the burden without even feeling it. You say it's part of my life. So it is like when you have this feeling of oneness, which will come eventually, then you don't even have to endure. You say, he's my husband. Oh, he's my son. Others will get irritated by them. You won't get irritated. You understand? This knowledge eventually leads us to that oneness, because this part of karmic suffering cannot be avoided. Because it is karmic suffering. It can come from anyone. But if it comes from your family people, you are able to handle it very much positively without getting irritated also at times, because especially if these discomfort come from your children, then your reactions are not such aggressive. You don't even feel those inside. Say, oh dear son, please cool down. Your reactions will be very, very positive, not aggressive, definitely. So I would say, yes, all these things, amicable settlement and all that, bearing, enduring, tough and all that, that's fine. That's not, I'm not saying, but at the end, how are you going to feel when this feeling of oneness comes? Many times, are we not hurting ourselves? You don't feel it. You never feel it. I'll give you a very gross example. You were cleaning your ears or you are cutting your nails and you get hurt. What is your immediate reaction? Oops.
Yes.
I should have done coolly. Right? But if someone else was cutting your nails and someone else was cleaning your ear, you'd have slapped that person. Now you understand?
Yes. So also, Deepakanandji, what you're saying is that the tap that Pulinanandji was explaining, the tap doesn't come when there's so much rag in something. The tap actually comes when there's
not
dvek.
rag. It is not rag. I will not say rag. When you consider the source of that as your own self.
Okay. So if
See, I said, if you are cleaning your ears and you get hurt, then you don't get irritated so much. Your reactions are not all that aggressive. But if someone else is cleaning your ears, you'd have slapped or pushed that person far away. You understand?
Yes, maybe
So
not.
after passing through, After passing through all this thing, ultimately you will reach that state of oneness. So who is going to yell at whom? Tell me.
Nobody.
At times, like when we have seen these sports people, they talk to themselves. Why don't you hit like this? That was wrong. You understand? But they don't get mad. They are reinstating their right action on their own self. You understand? Like I have seen that very much in this Wimbledon tournament, tennis tournament, when the player does something wrong, then he tells himself, that was wrong. That was a wrong hit. But he doesn't get irritated. He's just telling himself to become perfect. So, one world, one universe. Ultimately, I believe this feeling will come, and any agony or any help, if it comes from anyone, outside agency, apparent outside agency, then you will understand this was your own stuff that has returned back what had gone out of Mira.
Yes.
So you remain cool. You don't get elevated. You don't get depressed.
Yes. Yes.
I give this example particularly because many times when things come from any other person other than your known, then that irritation is more. But if it is coming from your own people, don't take it okay. And especially your near ones, then your reactions are normal. I have seen, okay, one example quick. Mahatma was fallen asleep. I mean, he was resting after his meal, afternoon lunch. And a call came from his party, business party. And I mean, he practically yelled at that person and told him, call after 3 o'clock. Within 15 minutes, his young son came and said, Daddy, he woke up coolly. He says, yes, beta. What is it? Now, both these people woke him up in the middle of his sleep. What was his reaction? So it's like if someone asked him, why didn't you yell at your son? He's my son. No, but you should have told him something. He's my son. Do you understand? If you have to take burden of things which you feel they are yours, they belong to you, then you don't take the burden at all. Just imagine you have spent sleepless nights handling your family, especially when the kids are growing, many times. But you never got disturbed. You handled, you accepted, and you get going. But you never complain. Son, he's a pain. No, you never. You have never done that. Do you understand?
Yes. So in this case, Deepakanandji, so just to understand what you're saying, I should at some point, this won't be Purusharth anymore, because I would actually think that the people that are next to me, I'm one with them.
And not that you won't bear, you won't endure, you'll say, oh dear, why don't you take care of your belt nicely? It hurts. That's it. It's like you are dramatically conveying what is necessary without bearing. Do you understand? And even after saying all that, if it comes, then you will take it very positive.
Okay.
Like how you you took when things came from your own children when they were growing. My God, if you are told to spend a sleepless night to take care of someone, you will first of all you not agree. It's going to mess up my next day in the office. I have meeting this that. But imagine you have the meeting, and the previous night you had to pass through keep awake because your child was not well. You would fulfill all the duties required. Maybe you have to take him to hospital and all that, and on the dot you will reach your office and attend the meeting.
See, Dada agrees. Agreed. I understand, Deepakanji.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So ultimately, if I do this Purusharth, then slowly, the differences between what the intellect perceives as Meera versus someone else will disappear.
Meera versus Meera only.
Yes, Meera versus Meera only. Yes, will disappear.
Yes.
Okay. And
And truly it is like that. What it is said, the account of Pudgal, the relative effect got settled in the relative. And I am real pure soul. Real is one, relative is also one. Do you understand?
Yes.
Whoever Meera interacts with, nothing but Meera only.
Correct.
And if the other person is not Meera, Meera will not come across that person at all.
Correct.
So it is like it's like you feel that you are Meera, but I see that you are Deepakanand. Very grossly. He says that he is Pulinanand, but I see he is Deepakanand. He says I am Rajni, I'll say he is Deepakanand. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You are dealing with your own self.
Yes.
And however good, however bad, however ugly you are able to deal with yourself very nicely. Imagine all those instances what you passed through of Meera. Do you understand?
Yes.
You never attacked Meera. You attacked yourself. You wanted to correct yourself. So if you are fine, you are correct, then Meera will be perfect. You understand?
Understood.
Really, it is very interesting.
That's
So that's how that feeling of oneness. In oneness we talk, but that oneness eventually results into this state of experience. Not that you become indifferent to it, but you accept. And when that feeling of acceptance is there, reactions reduce to zero.
Jai Satchidan. I understand.
Jai Satchidan. Pulinanandji?
See, so Meera, to summarize, there are two solutions emerging in this discussion. The one, as I said, was using of agnas. And the one point Deepakanand is bringing out is that in case it were your own family member, how would you react? So in that case, that mindness is that he's my husband, my child. So we react with empathy. We understand the other person. Karuna, please take care, be careful. That way. So with there is empathy, there's an understanding the other person, and and because it's the other person, you politely react. Please take care. Because you don't hurt our own people. So this is one perspective of the right understanding of Samyak Buddhi, perspective of handling the situation. And the other perspective was using the Agna perspective. Both perspectives.
Understood.
So yeah, it was the oneness that is my family member.
Yes.
And here that other case, it was it's not a family member. He's not the family member. So then Agna pops in. Either these are the two solutions, whichever works. Both are right.
No, but both but it's quite interesting.
I'm just putting in perspective. What
absolutely correct, because if it was a family member, I think I would have screamed more, because it was easier for me to yell at my own family members than outside.
That also did come to my mind. Family member, you can squeeze, because he's not going to react violently.
Yeah, correct. Especially
you can't scream, because you may have a violent reaction.
Meera, you never yelled at your small child.
No, I don't yell
at family member for granted.
By children.
You could be aggressive.
Yeah,
you have to go beyond your family.
Your suffering.
Yes. I have to say,
go beyond your family.
Yes, for me, I have to think other people.
Oneness.
Yes. No, just kidding.
Oneness.
Yes, oneness. Correct. It is Meera that I'm yelling at.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand Pulinanandji and Deepakanandji. Thank you. Thank you.
Very good. Lalita Ben?
Yes. Jai Satchidanand, Pulinanandji and Deepakanandji. Today, there was a 4-page PDF on Jnani Purushni Ajnani Yathartha, Natubai's book. And when it comes to technology, I'm sorry, I'm in the dinosaur age, so I don't know how to share it. I don't know if Rajni Bhai or one of you can pull it up. I just have a couple of questions. I mean, like 75 points. I haven't read the whole thing, but I just had a couple of questions on page 2, number 28. हमारी आज्ञा में रहे तो जगत ने विस्मृति निरंतर रहे जगत विस्मृति वाड़ा जगत सारी रीते चलावी शके स्मृति ए नुकसानकारक छे number 28. The only time I've experienced personally Jagat Vismriti was in Dada's Hajri. Totally forgot the world, time, everything. But in the real world, it's hard to forget to have that Jagat Vismriti. So I want you to explain that. And then the next question, you want to go that and then do the second one later?
Yeah, let us do this one, Deepakanji.
One thing, to be aware or to remember the world means to feel the world of Lalita.
Mm-hmm.
So I will just take a gross example. You've fallen asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And someone tells or praises Lalita.
Mm-hmm.
What is your reaction? Total indifference.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at other moment, someone abuses Lalita. Mm-hmm. You are fast asleep. What was your reaction? Absolute indifference.
Correct?
Because what is it that you are fast asleep? You are not aware of what is happening with Lalita.
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine with total experience of self-knowledge, self-realization, the same experience will open out that anything that happens to Lalita, you will remain absolutely indifferent whether someone praises Lalita or someone abuses Lalita.
Okay. The Jagat Vismriti is not being unaware of
memorizing, or this is not remembering Vismruti, or it is like your awareness as I am Lalita and your awareness as I am pure soul gets reflected over here.
Okay.
So when you have this with total conviction that I am pure soul, then whatever that happens with Lalita, you are able to handle, manage, and come out amicably from the situation. Handle the situation absolutely amicably in a balanced way. Do you understand?
So Vismruti here
And if you have
doesn't
this,
mean
huh? Come again?
Vismruti here doesn't mean unaware of your surroundings.
No, you are aware of. I gave you that gross example that when you are fast asleep, but the same thing becomes a reality, like all these absolutes Tirthankar Bhagwan and Nani Purush experienced that. You understand?
The Jagat Vismruti.
And Dada's Agna is such a powerful vision, I will say, and solution to every problem that it takes us to the same state of experience as of Tirthankara and Dani Purush. That's why he said, if you are in the Agna, you will move around like Mahavir Bhagwan.
It's a goal to work towards.
Yes.
Okay.
That gross example becomes a reality with open eye experience.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for clarifying that.
Jai Sachidanand.
Okay, Pulinanji, you want to say that before we go to the next one, Pulinanji?
Yeah. Yes. You see, here what Dada is trying to say is that if you remain in his agnas, Vismruti. Now, what is agnas? Just let us take briefly understand what is agnas. Basically, you're moving around doing your activities and all that. He spilled the milk. But you see Shuddhatma, so you don't see him as Karta. Oh, Vyavasthit has done that. Now cleanse it up. So do the file has erupted, do Sambhavenika, do. So if you are in that state of the agnas, you don't see the other person as guilty, you don't see the other person as the doer, or don't see the other person at fault. Now that's how you don't attach importance to that event or the person. So you easily forget the event or person. That is Vismruti, forgetting or not remaining in that. You understand? So Dada is saying that if you now take the opposite, you are not in Agna. If you're not in Agna, where are you? Then you are one with file number 1.
Yes.
And when you're one with file number 1, then the entire whatever is happening with file number 1, everything remains. No? It did like this. I want to do this. This has to happen.
Yes.
This is to do. So you're remembering the world. But how do you be in the world and not remember? That is, there is no hangover. There is of the events that are taking place. What has happened is past. Forget it. It was ever said. You forget it. There's no hangover. You don't remember it for more time. So this is one viewpoint. This Aptaputra is trying to say that if you remain in Agnas, the world will not stick to you. The events of the worldly life will not stick to you. It'll come and go. It'll come and go. It'll come and go. And because it doesn't stick to you, with the help of in a state of vitragta, you are able to handle better the thing. Jagat Vismruti Vada Jagat ne sari rite chalavi sake. So if you're detached from the worldly this thing, Vismruti means detachment, you'll be able to handle the worldly affairs better. Jagat sari rite chalavi sake. Smruti and nuksan karak se. Smruti yani there's a known, oh, he did like this, she did every time he does like this.
Correct.
So there's a lot of opinion associated with it, then a lot of remembering of the past, that this thing. That is detrimental or harmful. That is why the third part says Smruti e nuksan karak che.
Okay.
So that is
how I was
that,
taking it at a very gross level, There's
see,
a very
works
subtle layers to this.
You see, this sentence was Dada Mansa mentioned during some person's interaction. So there are various perspectives to the whole sentence. Physically, gross level was also true. What you said in the beginning is absolutely true. I have experienced, most of us have experienced that whenever we are with Dada, 3-4 hours goes away, we don't remember anything about the job,
Exactly.
house, children,
Exactly.
kuch nahi. No, that was his sheer power, the power of his pure being, the power of Paramatma within him, unveiling him. So there's so much of he being in pure state. The environment around him, surrounding him, influences us, and we are in with him. We are in tuned with him. So we are tuned with him. So we forget the world.
Yes.
Now, that same thing Dada is saying is that in his physical presence, as you are tuned with him and you forget the world, similarly, if he is not there, but you are you are in Agnas, you are again aligned or tuned with Dada, the Sukshma Dada within, the Ashuddhatma, and because you are tuned with that, you will have the same effect of the worldly life not impacting you and you remaining. That is
Nice.
the connotation of the second part.
Okay.
Dada as Agna and Dada as physical person. What you experience
Yes.
was the physical person. And Dada said, my Agna is myself only. Mari
Correct.
Agna age Dada che, age Sukshma Dada che. My
Correct.
Agna is the Sat of Dada.
Yes.
You know? So now this sutra is now talking to the Sukshma Dada, the Agna Dada from the Agna point of view.
Yes.
If you are aligned with Dada, or in touch, or with that, then the worldly things you will be detached or will not affect you or will not have an impact. That is termed as Vismruti. Or so that is how we can interpret this. Interpret this. And the Smutri Nuksanta, that's very true. Na? If you are entangled or engrossed with file number 1, obviously you will get affected by whatever file number 1 intellect will show, whatever file number 1 Krodman Mayalok will show.
Exactly.
So that is the enemy. So that is the nuksan, or that is the suffering.
Okay.
That is a loss.
It's dealing with
So both ways we can take. One is the physical level of Smruti, and one is the physical at the level of Smruti as getting engrossed in file number 1.
Yes. Okay.
So
Very good.
when we talk of Agna, it is file number 1 engrossment, and the other thing was physical Dada and physical world.
Nice.
Vismruti of the physical world. So this is to be interpreted at a subtler level, that the Sukshma Dada by way of Agna, you are remaining separate from the world. Which world? The world of one mind, body, speech. The world of file number 1. So that is not going to impact you. The mind body is not going to impact you, even if they are active. So that is where we can interpret this sutra.
Yes. Thank you. Deepakanandji, can you scroll down to number 40, please? આજ્ઞામાં રહો તે પ્રમાણે વ્યવસ્થિત બંધાય છે. Can you explain that, please?
Pulinanandji?
What it means? One Vyavasthit is outcome of the past.
Correct.
And again, what he has said, I just hold on. Agna pade. Here. આજ્ઞા પાડે એટલો જ કરતા થયો એટલા પૂરતું એક બે અવતાર બંધાય. Are you getting it?
Yes.
Our doership aspect is only in relation to Agna following. Now, all that happens with Lalita as karmic effect is attributed to Vyavasthit account. But Agna following, that is because now the doership aspect is only at the level of, doership is only at the level of Agna following. All happening that happens with Lalita, mind, speech, body, intellect, reflective consciousness, and ego is attributed to Lalita's account. But here, through Agna following, we are causing such a, you will say, positive karma, punyanubandhi punya, that it takes us to Mahavidya Kshetra. The of that is the Pratisthit Atma, the projection that happens after on Agna following, causing such karma which will take us to Mahavidya Kshetra.
That's number 38.
Right. આજ્ઞા પાડી ધર્મ ધ્યાન જાય તીર્થંકર ભગવાનની નજીકમાં ઘરે લઈ જાય. Absolutely. Right.
Okay.
Hello.
So staying in Agnya, your future Vyavasthit.
Correct. What is important is Agna following, and especially the fourth Agna of amicable settlement causes such karma, because today you decide to handle amicably, but it doesn't happen, and so you, in retrospection, you correct yourself and firmly resolve that no matter what, I want to handle this file amicably. So that is causing a karma such that it will give you that kind of body in which you will be able to handle it amicably, finally, and free yourself from that karma.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. I'm still working my way through, so I might have questions next week. I've only gotten up to
No problem, because that unity among mind, spirit, body is not there. So whatever you decide, even on the basis of Agna, is not getting reflected into effect. And that causes you to end up in pratikraman, forgiveness, correction, and resolving that no matter what, I want to handle the file amicably, which causes you to build such a pratishthit Atma, projected Atma, which will make your body of unity among mind, spirit, body, which will take you and get born in Mahavidya Kshetra. Fine? Jai Satchidananda.
Pulinanandji?
No, it's very simple, as he explained already.
Okay.
As Deepakanand already explained, Agnama Raho te pramane Vyavasthit, that is, it is the Vyavasthit of the next birth. Plain and simple. As we practice Agnas, which is Purusharth, so some amount of karmas will be formed. But those are karmas which will set us on the path of liberation towards moksha. Not those karmas which are of the attachment, abhorrence, rag, dvesh type, which will lead to worldly suffering or worldly life. So those are liberating punyanubandhi punya karma, as he said. That is what we will form for the next birth. And I explained that we will be very close to Simanda Swami. We'll get a place to reside where we are close to him, constant in his touch. And we are automatically practicing the 5 agnas if we do it this birth. So, and then the agna, there are many ways Dada has put it. Agna is Dada Bhagwan. Agna itself is Dada, is exactly me. If you practice agna, you will be, next birth will be very good. And you'll remain in samadhi, as we said, Jagat Vismruti.
Correct.
So he has given various dimensions to agna, the effect of practicing, doing Purusharth of agnas. So that's true. That's true. Basically, you become vitrag. Once you become vitragna, everything falls in place.
Okay, Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand. Thank you.
Our time is almost there. So, Deepakanandji, can you do 3 mantra, please?
Jai Satchidanand.
Everybody follow.
Namo Vitragai.
Namo Vitragai.
Namo Arihantanam.
Namo Arihantanam.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo Vajrayanam.
Namo Vajrayanam.
Namo Loyi Sava Sahunam.
Namo Loye Sava Sahunam.
Esho Panchanamukaro.
Eso Panchanamukaro.
Sauva Pava Pranachano.
Sarvapava Pranasno.
Mangalanam cha sarvesim.
Mangalanam cha sarvesim.
Padamam Havai Mangalam.
Paramam Havai Mangalam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
Satchidanand. Jai
Jai
Satchidanand.
Satchidanand, Deepakanandji, Pulinanandji, Mahaprabhu, Jai
Jai
Satchidanand,
Satchidanand. Lati Dada Jai Satchidanand.
Jai
Lati
Satchidanand.
Sayyadi Jai
Satchidanand.
Jai
Satchidanand.
Satchidanand, Jai Satchidanand, Deepakanandji
Jai
Pulinanandji, all
Satchidanand.